right, in this Think Aloud, I'm going to demonstrate how I revise a body paragraph in order to meet the criteria for effective commentary. So, real quick, kind of look at these steps and then look at how each one plays out in my revised body paragraph. So, in order to write strong analytical commentary, I need to zoom in on the rhetorical choice. I need to know who my audience is. I need to make the connection with the audience, and then I need to return back and connect to the purpose. How does this accomplish the change the writer wants to inspire in their audience? So I'm going to look at this, the example from the Do Now. Families of the Challenger 7, students and space industry employees will be particularly affected as Reagan pointedly declares that as a nation, we cannot bear as they do the full impact of the tragedy. However, after acknowledging the loss, Reagan shifts his focus from mourning to the importance of continuous exploration, and his tone becomes noticeably more hopeful and optimistic. Within the fourth paragraph, he celebrates the Challenger 7's courage and bravery by declaring that they each had a special spirit that said, "Give me a challenge and I'll meet it with joy." Reagan's hopefulness has the effect of invigorating those who are most especially affected by the loss and imploring them to use their anguish as fuel for continued exploration. This paragraph does some things well. It characterizes a rhetorical choice. It makes an attempt to connect to the audience. It does explore the Reagan's purpose, but I'm going to revise it to again meet this criteria of knowing the audience, specifically their traits, beliefs, making the connection, and then returning to the purpose. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take this out because it doesn't really help. It's not a claim. It doesn't tell me where I can find the choice. I'm going to start actually here in the fourth paragraph of his address. I'm going to highlight that. Reagan pointedly declares that as a nation, we cannot bear as they do the full impact of the tragedy. And yet, I'm going to highlight this here because I'm adding how, like, the audience, the connection to the audience. Like, how does Reagan know who his audience is? His declaration acknowledges that the nation's grief is collective, but cannot be felt in equal measure. That's his empathetic acknowledgement as a demonstration that he believes the Challenger 7's families are the most in need of comfort. Also, this transition within the same paragraph, that lets me know that I'm continuing on with the same type of analysis, with the same claim. I'm still supporting that same claim. He celebrates the Challenger 7's courage and bravery by declaring that they each had a special spirit, so on and so forth. Adding this commentary as well. The hopeful and inspiring words, especially with special spirit, aren't meant to comfort the families alone, but also to inspire the Challenger 7's fellow explorers. All right, so where you see me adding here is explaining the impact of the rhetorical choice. Every time I provide some example, I myself in this particular paragraph, including some commentary to explain how that rhetorical choice targets the audience specifically. We have another transition word here. Furthermore, again, furthering that analysis that I started with at the beginning of this paragraph. Reagan's hopefulness has the effect of invigorating, that's purpose. So I'm gonna highlight that. Invigorating those who, in addition to the Challenger 7's family, are most affected by the loss and imploring them to use their anguish as fuel. So I zoomed in on the rhetorical choice, which is acknowledging the nation's grief as collective, knowing who the audience is, which is here in the yellow, and also making the connection, which is here in the yellow, and then returning back to the purpose. Reagan wants to invigorate, inspire the Challenger 7's fellow explorers. Also invigorating those who